ways to save money on your spring break travel, why being too close to your man can actually hurt your sex life, and your essential tools to take on spring cleaning. Oh, the spring cleaning. Gotta love that. Welcome to Life Love Shopping. I'm Michelle Yarn.
And I'm Rachel Kay. You know when you get those white dresses and you wear them and they're not so white anymore?
Yeah.
We've got some great DIY fashion projects you can do.
Right, and also cravings, depending on what you crave, it could say something about your health, so we're gonna break it down for you so you can figure that out. All right, well, let's face it. We are a sue-happy nation.
Don't believe us? Well, here are some of the most outrageous lawsuits from the past year alone. Bernard Anderson Bay is a 32-year-old homeless New Yorker who sued his parents for $200 grand.
I remember this.
He claims they raised him poorly and left him, quote, unloved and abandoned. Boo-hoo. And who could forget the Subway suit? Australian teen Matt Corby put Subway on the spot in January when he posted this photo on Facebook of a foot-long sub that's not really foot-long, it's only 11 inches. So a week later, federal lawsuits were filed in both Chicago and New Jersey.
Then there was the Oregon mom who took on the Biebs. She sued Justin Bieber for more than $9 million. This was back in July of 2012. The reason, she claimed she suffered hearing damage after the crowd went crazy when he jumped into this heart-shaped gondola during a show in 2010. And then we had to mention the woman who filed a $5 million class action suit after her leased car was repossessed and then returned to her, minus that half tank of gas it had when it was repoed. The value of the gas added up to about $29 at the time.
Wow, pretty ridiculous. Yeah. Well, here's something that you might think is ridiculous. Not everyone is blessed with having great sex, and the reason may surprise you.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. The couples who have the closest soulmate connection and the best relationships often have the worst sex lives.
This is true. Yes, so your heart might soar when you hear your partner describe you as their best friend, but it can be the kiss of death for your sex life. Now, why? It is possible to become so close that you lose your sense of who you are as individuals. You sort of see yourselves as one being, so that mystery, fun, and excitement goes out the window.
Now, what's the solution here? You should try and see your partner and yourself, by the way, as an individual. So you don't have to do everything together or agree on everything. I'm sure you catch my drift here. In other words, genuine closeness turns out to be a turn off. I think the perfect example of this is when couples go to the bathroom with the door open.
The door open.
Don't do it. There's some lines just don't cross.
Closing the door is the secret.
Yes, I'm telling you, it'll work.
Yeah,
it'll help.
It's important to keep that individual thing in the relationship. What do I like to do? What do you like to do?
You just start to forget yourself.
Yes.
And you need to have like maybe a girl's night every now and then and a guy's night.
And let the guys go out, exactly.
Yes. Now, the singles out there, they tend to put their focus and pressure on the first date, leaving the second date an afterthought. So here's how to plan a second date that could lead to a real relationship. Suggest something low pressure, like an arcade or maybe a dance class. Think anything fun, like a concert, even a museum. It's a great way to get to know each other. And chill out with those expectations, okay? He's not your husband or your boo, so get off the express train to Fantasyland. Just focus on getting to know him and be in the moment. Be ready to start a conversation. Or if he's a talker, be a good listener. You don't have to make it all about yourself. Now, after the date, return to your life. Whether it was an amazing or a crappy date, let it go. Don't obsess over it and sit around waiting for a call, because it might not come.
Might not. And once you make it past the second, third date, you eventually reach the where is this going phase. Well, Glamour magazine is helping you decide when you should stop seeing someone and when you should give the relationship a chance. Starting with the first sign to end it, when the thought of seeing them again stresses you out. It's not going to happen with this person, so get out now. Another sign, if you find yourself faking it, for example, you're faking a laugh or fake emoting, then you need to end it. And if you are thinking about it constantly, asking friends, asking strangers, agonizing over whether you should continue, time to call it quits. The do I, don't I never leads to true love. Now, on the flip side of this, if you're having a good enough time and things aren't progressing too quickly, it's worth to keep going. There's nothing wrong with having a Friday night date guy or a Saturday night, sports guy. And just be honest about your feelings, though, with him up front. And if you find yourself thinking of things to tell him the next time you see him, keep going. You're looking forward to seeing him, and that's worth a few more dates.
Now, if it really goes good, you might be stressed out planning a wedding. And for some brides-to-be, that leads to terrible nightmares. So we're decoding wacky wedding nightmares and what they really mean. Now, the wedding day arrives and nobody is ready. This is actually the most common type of wedding nightmare. wrong or inappropriate clothing in a dream, like maybe the bridesmaid dresses, it projects a feeling of vulnerability. Most brides have a sense of being judged and they want everything to be perfect, so this could be the reason for your dream. It's also not unusual for brides to dream about the guests misbehaving at their wedding. It's usually thanks to a sense of insecurity about the person who's acting out. So like maybe you're nervous about your dad walking you down the aisle, maybe you dream about him acting out. Just remember, these are normal during periods of pressure. Now, you might dream that your groom is MIA. Pay attention to this one. How dependable and trustworthy is he? Because this type of dream actually suggests a deeper concern about the reliability of your groom-to-be for being a fully present partner in the relationship.
Well, there's an art to relationships and there's an art to looking good without breaking the bank. Galtime.com shared some of their favorite, fabulous, and budget-friendly fashion blogs. We'll start with the Budget Fashionista. This one-stop site features daily deals and great prices you can snag with super friendly price tags. The Budget Fashionista also dishes out how to wear it advice along with makeup, fitness, and other tips. Then there's Broke and Beautiful with a tagline, love buying things, hate spending money, what's not to love when you're low on cash. It can actually be difficult to choose which pieces are a good investment and which aren't. Broke and Beautiful takes the guesswork out of fashion investing by profiling must-have pieces at prices you won't feel guilty about. And another great blog is the Cheap Chica's Guide to Style. The philosophy behind this savvy site is that refusing to throw down half your paycheck on designer goodies doesn't make you cheap. The stylist behind the blog, Liliana Vasquez, matches runway trends to reasonably priced items and features a deal of the week, highlighting a trendy piece that's available for a great price.
Pack your bags because it is time for spring break, and helping us plan our trips to make sure we have the perfect vacay is Expedia.com's Sarah Keeling-Gavin. Thanks for joining us, Sarah.
Thanks so much for having me.
Wherever you are, it looks beautiful, so I'm assuming you're the one to give us tips on how to save some money when we're planning a vacation.
Yeah, you should really just come join me. So I'm at the beautiful Lands End Grand Solmar Resort and Spa here in Los Cabos, and I have to say it's fantastic. The sun is just coming up. It's going to be a fantastic day, nice and warm.
So is that one of the top locations for vacation this year?
It is. You know, it turns out in the spring, all anybody wants to do is just get away from the winter, right? I mean, I think we've all been through enough winter. Everyone wants to see the beach. So if you're on the West Coast, Los Cabos, Hawaii are really big family destinations, and places like San Diego as well. And then for the East Coast, the Caribbean and Cancun continue to be really hot. In particular, places like the Dominican Republic are really popular this spring break for that sort of great beach destination. There's a lot of really nice 4- and 5-star all-inclusive hotels that you can get really killer deals on. And so there's a lot of places to go.
You mentioned all-inclusives, but is that one of your tricks for saving money?
That is. So, you know, the number one trick is to book your flight and your hotel at the same time. So often it feels like we're trying to game the system and, you know, book our flight on a certain day or, you know, look at it at midnight on a Tuesday and things like that. And all of that's true. And you can maybe, you know, if you game the system that way, you can maybe save, you know, $20 or $50 on your flight. But the real savings comes in when you book your flight and your hotel together on sites like Expedia.com. You can save on average up to about $525 to go to great destinations like Los Cabos here. And then, you know, you think about in those kind of places, you've got all-inclusive hotels, which means, you know, you get your flight, or you get all of your food. In a lot of cases, you get your beverages as part of that package as well. So that's a great way to save. Cruises sort of have that same advantage as well.
Well, what if you don't have a long vacation to take, if it's cut short maybe? How can we get the most out of a shorter vacation?
You know, the big trick is, even if you can only get away for a couple days, everyone feels better even after a short vacation. And the key there is if you can kind of look at your meeting calendar and say, oh my gosh, I think I could take off this Friday. Use the Expedia mobile app. You can save up to 60% on last minute bookings that are either sort of for that night or within, you know, 24 or 72 hours. You can get some amazing deals on that using the app.
Awesome, Sarah. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your working vacation out there. And if you at home want more information on her advice, just head to our website and we will link you up. It's lifeloveshopping.com, and happy vacation planning.
Yes, happy vacation planning. Well, coming up next, we'll reveal what your food cravings say about your health, plus your simple solutions to cleaning up your home and preparing for the spring. And what's sweeter than a kiss between toddlers? We're sharing our favorite throughout the show. Mwah. Young love. Well, have a strong urge for something to snack on. Whatever you're longing for, it may be your body's way of letting you know you're missing valuable nutrients. So here's how to decode your cravings. If you crave sweets, you may be experiencing blood sugar fluctuations. So giving into pie, candy, cake, or other goodies only makes the problem worse by causing blood sugar roller coasters that lead to more cravings. Cravings for salty foods like potato chips or popcorn often mean chronic stress may be taking a toll on your adrenal glands, which give us energy and help us to cope with stress of all kinds. Now, cravings for cheese or pizza often indicate a fatty acid deficiency, which is common since few people get enough omega-3 fatty acids. So you want to reach for raw walnuts, wild salmon, and flaxseed oil, and ground flax seeds to your diet. Do you crave sweet, salty?
I'm a total sweet tooth, and I totally blame Pinterest because
Yes.
I have way too many ideas. I made brownies the other day. You do half the brownie batter, and then you put Oreos, and then the other half of the brownie
my
batter.
gosh.
Delicious. What about you?
Delicious. Yeah, I'm a sweets girl. I love sweets, but the problem is if I make brownies, I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
I can't. I would have to bring it
I
here.
may have done that. Anyway, when you're not fulfilling your cravings, let's talk about a few ways you can sneak in some extra vitamins and nutrients without even knowing that you're doing it. You can make cauliflower rice. I haven't heard the rice one yet. You can
No.
shred the cauliflower into itty bitty rice-sized nuggets and use them in place of the actual rice. Cauliflower is packed with vitamins and lots of fiber, plus it's low in calories. You could also try chia seeds. These little super seeds are filled with omega-3 fatty acids, which we just mentioned, and fiber, and some people even say that because they expand in your stomach, they help keep you feeling fuller longer. You can also puree your veggies and put them in all of your recipes. This is absolutely a trick parents use to get more veggies into their kids' diet, so why not do it for yourself?
The spring season will be upon us before you know it, so it's the perfect chance to get that spring cleaning in check. And sharing her tips with us is lifestyle expert Krista Herman. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Where do we start with our spring cleaning? I feel like there's a lot to do.
Yeah, well, the best way is to break it down by rooms.
Oh, okay.
And then it seems, you can tackle it a little easier that way. So let's
Yes.
start with our living areas. Did you know that our floor carpets actually act like an air filter? So they collect dust and pollen and bacteria, causing all kinds of health issues. Revita Rugs is an organic rug cleaning company based in the New York metro area, and you can send your carpets in nationally. RevitaRugs.com is their site. With the warmer weather coming, we want to keep our dogs and our cats
Yes.
clean, healthy, protected from fleas and ticks.
Especially with the outside now.
Exactly, with
Yes.
Pet Armor. Now, this contains fipronil, which is the same #1 vet recommended active ingredient in Frontline Top Spot products, but half the price.
Yes.
Money back guarantee. Walmart and Target and PetArmor.com. Okay, in protecting our investment in the home, this is
Yeah.
Granite Gold, the stone care experts.
Okay.
They have a daily cleaner and a sealer and a polish, and you can easily clean, protect, and enhance all of your all-natural stone surfaces. At grocery stores and hardware stores, non-toxic, granitegold.com.
Yeah.
is
Who knew
their
you had to
site.
use some special products for that?
You do,
That's
otherwise you
great.
can damage that stone.
Yeah.
Now is the time to make sure that you spend as little as possible on your air conditioning
Yes.
this summer. Service Experts are North America's largest heating and AC service company, and when you get a tune-up and use their learning thermostat, you can cut up to 30% off your bill, serviceexperts.com. This is a real eye-opener down here. John and Caitlin Stewart are the father-daughter co-authors of Hiding in Sunshine.
Oh, how wonderful.
So this is a new thriller set in the world of cyber terrorism and identity theft, which is a great reminder to protect our own ID and our personal information and our digital footprint every 6 months. Hiding in Sunshine is at Amazon and BN.com.
Yeah.
You can get it as $1.99 as an ebook. And then finally, spring is a really great time to get all of our personal affairs in order.
Yes. All the paperwork.
Exactly. So wills, medical directives, estate and tax plans. Legal Shield offers easy and affordable legal assistance, and it's as low as $17 a month. You have access to a qualified attorney to counsel and review and prepare all your documents for you. LegalShield.com is their website, and you can check them out there.
Thank you so much great stuff. You covered everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. We really appreciate it. Thanks. If you missed anything, you know where to head at lifeloveshopping.com.
Thank you, Rachel. Spring, also a great time to bump up the freshness in your home decor. So here are some inexpensive tips and projects. Color it spring, okay? You don't have to paint the walls. You can just try painting one piece of furniture instead, or even introducing a new color into your accessories. It can also simply add some bright, fresh flowers to change up the room. And while we're speaking of flowers, add some blooms. Install a shelf across the kitchen window. You can add plants and herbs. You can cut flowers. It'll totally brighten your day. And you can use recycled colored glass bottles as bud vases. Super cute. Also, cut back on your clutter. Roll up the area rugs. Pack away leftover holiday knickknacks. Put all the books and the movies back where they belong. And let there be some light. Now that sun is shining more, make your home feel larger by clearing the windows. Take down extra window treatments and open up those blinds. Let the light in, because it really does change the way your home feels, for sure.
It does, and cleaning just the clutter makes a huge difference. All right, well, when Life Love Shopping returns, great DIY fashion projects to revamp your wardrobe.
Plus the tricks you need to keep your Manny chip-free for longer. That's coming up next.
Adorable.
That is
Absolutely
definitely
adorable.
something you show at a wedding reception. I hope they're like a couple. I don't know, not brother and sister.
I hope not. It's like your first love at 2 years
know.
old, you know, so cute. Well, welcome back to Life Love Shopping.
By the way, we're totally distracted by these cute kids.
I know, right? Well, nothing like a great wardrobe makeover come springtime, but buying new clothes can actually put a dent in your bank account. Of course, you know that.
The truth. So here are some ways to do that without spending a dime. Check out these DIY wardrobe projects. I like this one. You could spice up your neckline. So instead of having to buy a closet full of tops with statement necklines, try this. Just take clip-on earrings and clip them to the tips of your collar. Or you can even grab a glue gun and tack on other gems and jewels, maybe some pearls. What about your jean shorts? Well, you can jazz those up into something fun by adding some studs or printed fabric. That's a good way to go.
Super cute. Now, threading. You can spruce up last year's go-to sandals if they get a little worn out, or even the straps of your handbag by wrapping sections in, a few different bright colored threads like they did here. You can even stack bracelets. When it comes to playful daytime accessories like these friendship bracelets, the more you have, the better. You can even mix in metal bracelets as well. And all you need is some thread, scissors, and tape, and you're all set. Now, dip dyeing dresses, I absolutely love this. Recycle your little white dress that's probably not so white anymore by dip dyeing it in an inky blue wash so it looks more like denim. I really want to do that with some old white clothes that I have.
Whatever happened to the bedazzler? Like, who thought that would come back? Because it'd be really handy for these. And I got a little thing of costume jewelry, and it had a bunch of pins. And if you add them to your purses and your bags, totally changes the look. So that's a good thing to
Put it on your clutch and use it as like the zipper, a little detail. You can even do, if you have old jeans and maybe like the inside gets worn out, you can cut them and make it into a skirt.
A little Daisy Duke action.
There you go.
Well, lots of us constantly on the go, right? And we don't have the luxury of time to change between a day at the office and an evening function or even dinner out. So follow these 3 steps from the Daily Muse to transform your outfit. Step 1, dress in layers. So start with a shirt or a dress that will transition well from day to night, and then to keep it work appropriate, all you have to do, top it with a cardigan or maybe a blazer, and then when you go out, ditch that outer layer for some sexy time for cocktails. Now, step 2, change up your jewelry. So a pencil skirt, perfect for day and night. Just swap out your pearls for some shiny metallic or statement jewelry. Instantly, that's going to change your look. And if you're a fan of bracelets and chunky necklaces, time to pile them on. And step 3, kick off your shoes. So go from that conservative pump to a strappy open-toed sandal or maybe a bold colored shoe. Instantly going to transform your look to one that is evening ready.
Yeah, that's super easy to bring that to work and just throw in an
Leave it
extra
in
pair
your
of
trunk.
shoes.
Have a little changing station in there.
How about a caboodle box,
never know.
Michelle?
You never know.
All right, well, we all know how frustrating it can be when your freshly manicured nails begin to chip a mere day or two after you've painted them. Well, here's how to make it last. Begin with clean nail beds. Leftover nail color can sabotage your new mani. The fresh nail paint will chip much quicker, layering on top of old polish after old polish than it would directly on clean nails. Always use a base coat. None of us would forget to finish, of course, with a top coat, but so many of us skip the initial round.
That's me.
Yeah, this prep step is so important because it gives your polish something extra to stick onto. Now, don't overpaint. While it may seem like superfluous coats will strengthen the life of your mani, it is just the opposite. Once you get past 3 coats, the formula will thicken and the polish will chip in big clumps. And paint the edges. This is key. The first little chips begin at your nail's free edge, so prevent this from happening by simply swiping a coat of polish around the edges and slightly beneath the tips of your nail.
You know the decals that you stick onto your fingernails? If you do them on your toes too, you get double usage out of them,
such a
and you
good
know how
idea.
polish lasts a lot longer on your
It
toes. So
does.
that's my
There you
little
go.
trick. All right, well, here at Life Love Shopping, you know we always want to connect with you. So when we're not on TV, stay in touch with us. Go like our Facebook page, and don't forget you can follow and tweet us on Twitter at Life Love Shop.